Thank you, Enya. Thank you for having me here. My name is Michal Molcho. My parents never intended me to be in an English-speaking country. Apologies for that. I'm a lecturer in children's studies, and we do really, really cool stuff. Adolescents are interesting. We published a paper with the title Sex, Drugs, and Rock and Roll. I'm not going to talk about it. I am going to talk, and I'll explain why. I'm not going to be that rude. So about 4 weeks ago, Anya got in touch with me and asked me if I want to be here. I immediately said yes. I then thought about it. I thought Anya was my student, and I thought this is her attempt to get revenge. Then I thought maybe, because there's a lot of regulars here, she wanted you to see what she had to endure. This is a typical academic kind of thinking. It's all about me. Hearing what Demi said, I realized that she is recruiting in November. I heard from her a month ago. So clearly I was at the bottom of the list. However, I'm an academic and she invited me to speak. Technically, I'm an invited speaker. That can go on my CV now, thank you. I was really excited and I started working on my speech, we're good at that. And I thought, there's fascinating stuff going on. For the first time, millennials, we're concerned millennials are not doing enough sex. This is the first time that we're worried that adolescents are not having sex. And then I got an email from her and that said that we have 8 minutes. So 8 minutes, in September, I gave a whole 15-minute talk about how there are sex differences in cancer treatment. 15 minutes about boys and girls treated differently. And she wanted me 8 minutes, all my work. This is shocking. Then we had the training for speakers. Yes, this is me after training, just imagine. And she went on and on and on about how terrible it is to keep people to their time and how difficult it is. Seriously, Anya, you have never chaired a session in a conference. So anyone been in a conference here? Hands? Presented? Chaired? Anyone? Thanks, you'll relate, hopefully. I will, yeah, you will. So you go to a chair, okay, you chair a session, that happens after you presented and people know you and they get you to do the jobs. I'm allowed to curse. It's nearly after 10. And basically you go there and you bring people around, like the speaker training, and you tell them you have such and such time to talk, 10, 15 minutes normally. And you explain to them what's going to happen. And you basically explain very simply, we need to contain academics, we love to talk. When you get 3 minutes, we're going to give you a sign like a yellow card. And when you finish your time, we'll give you a sign like a red card. We don't have black cards, we're not as advanced as the GAA. So there you go, and yes, of course, and they're always the smug one that says, don't worry, I'm always on time. Personally, when people tell me, don't worry, I worry, that's always a bad sign. But you keep an optimistic head on you and everything will be fine. And the session starts and people go and it's fine. And then your man comes up. Now, get the presentation up. I don't know if you notice it. If not, start now. Between the time that you open your PowerPoint presentation to the point when you do slideshow, start the presentation, there's a point where you can see how many slides there are on the presentation. I always count them. Johan had 45 slides, 45 fucking slides for a 15-minute presentation. That never works. It never, no one, not even him. Okay, fine, we start, and I start. I'm a chair, it'll be fine. 10 minutes into the presentation, slide 10, it's a good ratio, only has 35 slides to go, and he's still talking about the introduction to the work. So maybe there's no work. But no, 12 minutes gone, 13 minutes gone, yellow card comes up. Fine, your man turns to you and said, it's fine, only I'm on time, that's okay. No problem. 15 minutes gone, you reach your hand to the red card, and your man turns the back to you. Now that's it. There is only half of the room for him, and you're not part of it. No eye contact. He will not look at you. Continue on and on, fine, he loves himself, that's okay. We'll skip the questions, okay? We'll just skip that. Gives me 2 minutes of grace. I know he doesn't want to be challenged. That's okay. I'll deal with it. 2 more minutes, nothing happens. Tension starting to build. There's other speakers. They want their space. There's audience. They want the coffee break. They want to get there when the biscuits are still there. There is a lot on the line in conferences, guys. It's not that simple. Okay, you keep it there, everything is fine. You need to stop them. So you start No, no, nothing. You get up and wave, but your man is with the back to you. He's not going to look. So now, for that, I'm not Irish, but for that I am Irish. It becomes really uncomfortable because you actually need to be impolite. That's hard. You need to be confrontational. And you say, you get the best voice you can get, that, yeah, your time is up. You need to finish now. Fine, no problem. I'll go to the conclusions now. Arrow down, no problem. 10 more minutes conclusion. That's stuff, that's stuff. Then you travel home. You probably spent your weekend either on a conference or travel. Come back to the office. There's plenty of work waiting for you. Piles of inbox in your mails, in your inbox, and somebody asks you, so how was your holiday? What holiday? That's an annoying question. So how many of you are working in academia? Hands, please. There's a worse question. The worst question is, it comes at around last day of term. Are you off for the summer, so? We're not off for the summer. Non-academic, please pass that on. We are not off for the summer. We work in the summer. The two undergrads here, when you sit, or postgrads as well, when you sit your exams with 300 other students, it's not the noms that are marking your exams. It's us, okay? So the summer, between May and September, we basically mark exams, exam board, plan the next year, timetable, that's more complicated than you think, repeat, supervision, exam boards, annual leave, you deserve that. And in between, we may get about 2 weeks to do research. When we get those 2 weeks to write papers, we send those papers to conferences just to get an opportunity for a 15 minutes invited talk somewhere in the world. Thank you very much.